think this will be, I guess, part 3. But adding to everything, when I'm aware of all this and I'm thinking about all this stuff constantly and my anxiety's building, and I've already at my job been, picked out for my voice, how I sound, my tattoos, how creative I am, how I like to draw on my lunch break and things like that, how odd it is, how I'm comparable to somebody who used to hunt aliens. That's what some of my coworkers would literally talk about indirectly, how they would be reminded of an individual that used to work there and used to hunt aliens, and how weird and odd he was, and how he used to go to costume parties. And it was odd that, they were reminded of him when I was in the room. But the conversation never went directly towards myself. Hobbies are nice, hobbies are nice, but taking somebody's hobbies and like what they, certain things and things that aren't even like, it's not like I like am into things that I think would be even related to, just like, being creative, things like that. I am a creative individual. I drew all my tattoos. I like my tattoos, and people even have, maybe their own assumptions about what my tattoos might mean, things like that. That's okay, but that may not have anything to do with why I have the tattoos or what I think of the tattoos or what they symbolize to me. So I think a lot of it comes from people just not trusting me as an individual and not just even respecting what I have to say about myself. Like, to that extent, it's unfathomable to me at times. And I would literally sit there in my head thinking about this stuff constantly, adding to my anxiety, adding to my self-consciousness. It's been easy, man. And then you go out on the road, and my physical attributes that people have already picked on and already told me, basically growing up my entire life, they thought of in a certain way. Now I have to go out into the world, supposedly move on, and these same people who made these assumptions about me, who I thought I knew my whole life, like expecting me to move on in real time like this, like my feelings would happen to me, like there was any understanding. There's complete misunderstanding, and these people continually to try to like help me with a huge misunderstanding. I mean, not anymore. I'm not letting them try to help me anymore. But it's clear that their understanding of what I deal with and my anxiety and my feelings are this video and these videos. The purpose is that they can understand that everything that goes on in my world is far different from theirs, and they need to understand that and just leave me alone and move on. And it's pretty simple. But there's been a lot, and I don't know. I'm tough. I'm strong. I'm really strong mentally and physically when I work at it. And meditation is a really important key that I can use for recovery. I'm really excited to get into that, honestly. Just cycles of working out and meditation. But yeah, I'd like to talk about things like meditation. I like to invest. And people like to consider me, if you're different and odd and people don't understand you, then they are going to say whatever they could think of about you, probably, honestly. And if they don't respect you and think that you don't have anything, or everything up in your head isn't all okay, and it doesn't just have to do with just the people you've had to deal with for the past couple of years, and the people I've had to talk about, unfortunately, that they exist in this world, and I've had to come across them, and I've had to even have relationships with them and deal with them and be friends with them and stuff like that. It's rough, man. But these videos are steps of overcoming these last bits of this. These people who are just, they just need to let it go. They just need to listen and let it go. And they even struggle to listen to these videos, I'm sure, and just listen to what I have to say and probably disagree. And that's why I'm doing it, because they can watch them, and if they don't get it the first time, they can watch it again until they get it. So you can always rewind them. You can watch them, as many times as you want. There's no limit. But feel free. Hopefully these messages sink in, and you can start to build some empathy. You can build your empathy skills a little bit, and maybe build a little better judgment. We'll see. And not just be arrogant, and not just be like, oh, fuck him, no, just listen. It's really easy. Definitely can be an asshole, and this should be right now, because no pun intended for those who want it, and those people from my area trying to take advantage, really, I don't call you out. Shame on you. You just be yourself and let people know who you are. If you like girls and guys, let people know. Don't hide it. Just let people know. You don't have to go backdoor and shadowing people who you think you can take advantage of, especially people who had things to deal with like I have. And maybe you didn't know. Maybe you were misinformed, misunderstood. There's a lot of that over the last 3-4 years. But we're clearing it up in these videos. I'm feeling better. Just in this third one, I'm feeling great. Just letting this stuff out, and hopefully people can, put their thinking caps on and learn a little bit. It's not about how you feel. Somebody else's feelings are about how they feel. It's pretty much common sense, you'd think. But not always. I think it's a good time in this video at point to get into detail about some of the women who have taken my heart from me. Number one on the list is this girl from Ireland that I met. I went on vacation right at the beginning of my first job when I started. I only met her when I went there every chance I got. Once I met her, once I started talking to her, she had like an English kind of an accent, and she was blonde, blue-eyed, very young, but old enough. And she had cool friends, and we hung out, we played board games, we talked about the world, we talked about our lives up until those points right when I met her, and things just hit off. And there was a Street Fighter arcade machine in the bar I met her. That's usually gets hit off for me. Before I even saw her, it was the first thing I saw in that bar when I walked in. But yeah, even when I went out and hung out with her and hung out with her friends, I just really enjoyed her company. And her friends were really cool, and like the whole environment, they were just fun to hang out with. They were funny. They had accents. They were foreign, but they were fun to chill with. And it went all the way up till last night, and I was going to go back to her room, and I had to leave the next morning, and my uncle told me I had to leave early, and he was very mad about it and like strict about it, that I couldn't stay out late and that night. And she grabbed me by the horn at the bar, and I literally couldn't. I had to get up for my flight in like an hour from the time that happened, and I couldn't do it. And I regret it. I would have paid. Now I'd freaking quit that job, and I'd go move to Ireland, and I would have been a freaking hostess. I had my social skills. I had my vibes. When I got back, I sent her flowers. They were like $100 on Valentine's Day, and she's like, "What do I do with these?" There's nothing anymore. There's like, you're back. Like I saw you for a week 3 times. She did say it was gonna hurt if we tried to do like a long distance thing. So I hope that she felt something. I really do, honestly. I think she did. But there's a few others. There's a girl from Long Island I really liked, and she just wasn't as interested in just me at the time, and it was too long distance for me, and she was too much of a wild card for me. I'm a wild card. I guess that probably doesn't help my situation. But I mean, I was a wild card within reason. I pretty much had a specific pattern of like tendencies that I did. Like there was like 1 or 3 things that I would do when I would go out, and it was pretty much all within the realm of those things. I would get lost and wander and shit, but like that would just be me. My phone would die, and I wouldn't know where I was, and but that was always the same, kind of thing. But yeah, there was that girl. Girls in high school, they were not interested in me. The girls that I were interested in were like the top girls, and I was not even in their realm of like thinking. And if I was, they probably told me that one of their best friends liked me or something. So yeah, there was that. I really didn't have much confidence until right about the time I graduated high school. And I had a lot of confidence in college, and I could go out and I could be like, I like that girl, and within about 10 minutes I would be talking to her, and it would go pretty well usually, most cases. It was the after that first day that was a struggle for me. Probably a lot of girls told me I was too nice of a guy. I thought I was too nice, especially at college. And whatever, other things. Don't have similar things in common, whatever. But there's definitely been, those are like two at the top. There's one in college. There were a couple in college. There was one from Brazil that was in my classes that I had a thing going with, and I don't know. I didn't pursue it at the time. I probably should have aggressively when she wanted me to. And there was another girl who's friends with one of my friends' girlfriends who moved there and was like a transfer student sophomore year. And I was like head over heels over her, like when I first met her. She was beautiful. She had like green eyes, blonde hair. And I just goofballed it real hard, like real south. I like spilled a whole bowl of popcorn when she was watching a movie with like me and a bunch of like people. She like left the room and I spilled a whole bowl of popcorn or whatever. And she got back and like we were picking it up and like she had to find out about it. She's like, "Why are you guys picking up all the popcorn?" Oh, Garrett's just freaking spaz. So yeah. I like to talk about myself and my feelings and defend myself a little bit, and my memories and like feelings matter to me. They might not matter to other people, but they matter to me a great deal, in fact.